Hi YouTube, when you receive a package in the post that is this shape, there's only one thing that it could be. And when you open up that package, this is exactly what you get. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the iMac with Retina 5K display. On the back of the packaging we have a full front-on view of the iMac itself with the Yosemite desktop. On the front of the package we have a 3/4 shot of the iMac. After opening the tear strip on the top of the package, the front folds down to reveal the iMac in its polystyrene casing. In the top of the polystyrene there's a small slot where we have access to our accessory pack here, and as you can see, designed by Apple in California. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. Next up, we need to try and get this out of the packaging without destroying it, which could be easier said than done. Okay, so the top piece just lifts off like so. Now, how do we do this? Just slides forward and then slides off the bottom of the Mac, one side and the other side. Here we also have the power cable. This is a UK power cable to the standard IEC connector. Okay, before we carry on undressing the iMac any further, we'll have a look at the accessory set. So as you can see in this one, I opted for the wired keyboard because I use the numeric keypad quite often, and also you don't have to keep relying on recharging batteries all the while for this model. So I'll just take that out. Underneath we have the Magic Mouse. And also, as standard, the Energizer batteries are pre-installed, ready to go. Then we have our little documentation wallet. Just open that up. We're first presented with the Hello document, which just tells you a little bit about the Mac and how to use it if you've never used one before. We have an information guide. Of course, like every Apple product, we have the Apple stickers, and we also have a microfiber cleaning cloth with an embossed Apple logo there. Okay, lastly, all we need to do now is take the final pieces of wrapping off the iMac and get this thing powered up. So let's take that off now. So first of all, we'll start at the back and try and do this as neatly as possible without tearing this protective cloth. There we go. So that should just lift straight off now. Excellent. When you buy products such as this, it's always advisable to keep all the packaging together. So if you do, in a few years' time down the road, want to upgrade and sell this to fund your next iMac, then at least you can say you have all the accessories and all the packaging. Okay, next up we'll take the wrapping off the foot of the iMac. This should just peel straight off like so. And it will involve lifting the iMac, so do it very, very carefully because you don't want to drop it. And there is a fair bit of weight to it. And then lastly, all around the edge we have the plastic film which covers the front of the iMac to protect the screen during transit. So we'll just peel all of that off. Okay, so from left to right on the back, the I/O ports are a headphone port, an SD card reader. In the middle we have 4 USB 3.0 ports. Then we have 2 Thunderbolt 2.0 ports and the Gigabit Ethernet port. And then finally behind the stand at the top we have the ventilation ports. In the centre we have the RAM access door where you can upgrade the RAM if you wish to do so. Below that we have the power port, and just above the power socket you can see a very small button. That is the button you press to release the RAM door. And then at the very bottom we have a Kensington lock slot so you can secure this down. On the very top of the iMac and at the back at the top there are dual microphones built in. And here's one last final shot of the back of the iMac before we turn it round. And here we have the iMac from the front. 27-inch 5K Retina screen boasting 14.8 million pixels. And in the very top centre of the screen we have the FaceTime HD camera and also an indicator light which illuminates green to let you know that the camera is in use. Okay folks, so we're all ready for our first boot now. We have the USB keyboard plugged into a USB port. We have the power cable connected from the back of the Mac, obviously into a power strip that's surge protected. So let's press the power button and do our very first boot. Obviously this is being recorded on a 1080p camera, so it is not going to show off the pure graphical excellence of the screen. Okay, so it's asking us to turn on our mouse, which we'll do now. That's switched on and the LED is illuminated. It's asking us to switch on our keyboard, but we haven't got the wireless option. So we'll just press the next button. We want to use English for the main language. And I am in the UK. Continue. And we want to use a British layout. Okay, so here it's asking us to log into our Wi-Fi. My SSID is hidden, so I'll put that information in and then come back to the next screen. Okay, this next page is asking us to agree to the terms and conditions. We have the OS X software license agreement. We can click more to view that if we wish to do so. And also the hardware warranty, your Apple 1-year limited warranty for your Mac can be viewed here. We don't want to view that at the moment, so we'll just agree and go to the next page. Yes, we agree. Okay, so here it's asking me to enter some personal information, so I'll enter that and I'll come back when we're on the next screen. Okay, the next page is diagnostics and usage. It's asking us to send diagnostics and usage data to Apple. Yes, we want to do that. So if there are any minor glitches, then obviously they can be fixed in a future software update. And the same with share crash data with app developers. Continue. Okay, so here we are on the Yosemite desktop. First of all, what I want to do is go to About This Mac. As we can see there, it is an iMac Retina 5K, 27-inch, late 2014. I've gone for the higher processor model on this. This is the 4GHz Intel Core i7. It currently has 8GB of DDR3, which I will upgrade myself at a later date. And I've also gone for the higher spec graphics card, which is the AMD Radeon R9 M295X with 4GB of RAM. Moving on to storage, I opted for the 256GB PCI-e based SSD instead of the 1TB Fusion drive, purely for speed. And in the future, I will use external storage options using the USB 3.0 or the Thunderbolt 2.0 ports. And as we can see with the memory, there are 2 sticks of 4GB in there, and there are 2 empty slots for future upgrade. This will take a maximum of 32GB using 4 8GB RAM sticks. Okay folks, so that is the unboxing and first boot of the iMac with Retina 5K display. And as usual, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know.